Wait, some turtles can survive underwater by absorbing oxygen through their butt. But how is that even possible? And what happens when they can't reach the surface? Imagine being trapped underwater for days, with no way to reach the surface for a breath. For humans, that would be impossible. But some freshwater turtles have developed one of nature's strangest survival tricks. They can absorb oxygen from water through their cloaca, the opening at the rear of their body. Yes, you heard that correctly. But before you imagine a turtle literally breathing like a fish, there's an important twist. They aren't using their butt like a pair of lungs. Instead, certain turtles have specialized tissues in the cloacal region that contain a dense network of tiny blood vessels. When water moves across these tissues, oxygen dissolved in the water can pass into the bloodstream. It's called cloacal respiration. And this bizarre ability becomes especially useful when turtles spend long periods underwater. Now here's where the story gets even more fascinating. During cold weather, some freshwater turtles can become extremely inactive. Their metabolism slows down dramatically, meaning their bodies need much less oxygen than they would during normal activity. That creates an incredible survival advantage. Instead of constantly swimming to the surface for air, a turtle can remain underwater and obtain at least some of the oxygen it needs from the surrounding water. Think about that. The turtle disappears beneath the surface. Minutes pass, hours pass, and in certain situations, it can remain underwater far longer than you might expect. But there's a catch. Not every turtle can do this. And even species capable of cloacal respiration still have lungs. Their lungs are extremely important for normal breathing, especially when they are active and need much more oxygen. And the amount of oxygen a turtle can absorb depends on several factors, including water temperature, oxygen levels in the water, and how efficiently its specialized tissues can exchange gases. Now imagine a turtle buried beneath cold water during winter. The water above it may be covered with ice. The turtle isn't walking around or chasing food. Its metabolism has slowed down. Its body is conserving energy. And while its lungs aren't being used in the same way they would be at the surface, its specialized tissues can continue extracting oxygen from the surrounding water. This is one reason some freshwater turtles are capable of surviving incredibly long periods underwater. But there's another fascinating question. Why would evolution create such a strange system? Because turtles have a problem. They need oxygen. But their environment can sometimes make reaching the surface dangerous, difficult, or impossible. A turtle hiding underwater may benefit from staying submerged. A turtle surviving through winter may benefit from remaining beneath the ice. And a turtle avoiding predators may benefit from not constantly appearing at the surface. So instead of relying entirely on one breathing system, nature gave some turtles another way to obtain oxygen. It's an extraordinary example of adaptation. And here's something even more surprising. The cloaca isn't simply an opening used for waste and reproduction. In some aquatic turtles, it also plays a role in gas exchange. Specialized structures called cloacal bursae can provide a large surface area where oxygen from the water can enter the blood. Basically, the turtle has turned part of its body into a tiny underwater oxygen exchange system. Nature doesn't always follow the rules we expect. Sometimes survival means developing an ability that sounds completely ridiculous until you understand the biology behind it. And turtles aren't the only animals with unusual ways of getting oxygen. Fish use gills. Humans use lungs. Some amphibians can absorb oxygen through their skin. And certain turtles have taken things in an even stranger direction. They can extract oxygen through tissues near their rear end. But don't make the mistake of thinking this means a turtle can stay underwater forever. It can't. If the water doesn't contain enough dissolved oxygen, or if the turtle's body needs more oxygen than cloacal respiration can provide, it eventually needs access to atmospheric air. So the next time you see a turtle sitting quietly underwater, remember, it might not simply be holding its breath. It could be using one of the strangest respiratory adaptations in the animal kingdom. And that raises one final question. If some turtles can survive underwater by absorbing oxygen through their rear end, what other animal has evolved an even more unbelievable way to breathe? Because in nature, the strangest survival tricks are often the ones that sound completely impossible. And the next creature on this list might make the turtle look completely normal.